The teasers dropped, the fandom went silent, and in like an instant, the entire K-pop world was just turned upside down.
Oh, completely upside down.
Right. I mean, millions of people were suddenly tracking the exact same coordinates in Goyang, South Korea. The internet didn't just break. It literally, it completely stopped functioning for solid 10 minutes.
I was one of those people refreshing my screen, honestly.
Same here.
It was the moment the industry had just been, holding its breath for. Like, the rumors were everywhere.
Everywhere.
But actually witnessing the reality unfold live on those massive stadium screens, it fundamentally shifted the landscape of key entertainment overnight. I mean, the sheer gravity of all 7 members in one physical space again, it was a seismic event.
It really was. Welcome to StarScope K-Report. Join the ride on the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates.
From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
And today, our deep dive mission is focused on the headline that is completely dominating the global conversation. All 7 BTS members, back together, the reunion we waited for.
Yes, the reunion.
We're breaking down the historic June 13th event at J-Hope's solo concert finale. We'll be dissecting his deeply revealing Rolling Stone cover story about the psychological burden of this new BTS 2.0 mindset.
Which is such a fascinating read, by the way.
It's incredible. And we're also analyzing the complex, almost terrifying mechanics behind their upcoming 79-date stadium tour.
It is a massive, massive itinerary. And to truly grasp where this group is heading, you really have to understand the specific psychological and strategic shifts that happened during their military hiatus.
Right.
This isn't just a comeback. It is a complete corporate and artistic restructuring.
So let's start with the epicenter of the earthquake, June 13th, 2025.
The date.
Exactly. This date is permanently etched into the fandom's consciousness because it marks the exact 12th anniversary of their debut.
Yeah.
And the setting is J-Hope's Hope on the stage final encore concert at the Goyang Sports Complex. And we really need to talk about the physical scale of this venue.
We do, because it's no joke.
No, not at all. We are looking at 54,000 attendees over 2 days. Goyang is a 55,000-seat stadium.
That is massive.
To put this in perspective for you, there are legacy K-pop groups, like fully formed veteran acts, who would hesitate to book Goyang.
Oh, absolutely. They'd be terrified.
Because the financial risk of not filling that cavernous space is astronomical. And here's J-Hope, standing center stage, holding that entire space by himself.
Which is just an incredible feat of endurance. I mean, when an artist steps onto a stadium stage as a soloist, the physical and the acoustic dynamics are terrifying.
I can't even imagine.
Right. As a 7-member group, you share the burden of crowd work. You rotate through vocal rest periods during the dance breaks. You visually fill the wings of the stage.
Yeah, you have a whole team up there with you.
Exactly. But J-Hope had none of that architecture to lean on. He performed a grueling 3-hour set solo.
3 hours. Alone?
It was a masterclass in breath control and stage presence. He essentially proved that his individual artistry operates at the highest tier of the entire industry. He was radiating this absolute, undeniable star power.
But the crazy thing is, the solo dominance was really just the preamble.
Oh my gosh.
So the stadium's already at a fever pitch, right?
Yeah.
And then the stage lift engages.
The lift.
Rising from beneath the floorboards, it's the golden matinee, Jungkook.
The screams. I can still hear the screams.
It was his first official stage since his military discharge. And the acoustic shockwave of 27,000 people screaming simultaneously when he appeared to perform I Wonder and his mega hit 7, it was staggering.
It shook the camera feeds.
It did. But what really stood out to me was his confession afterward. He looked out at that literal ocean of light sticks and admitted his brain kind of froze while he was waiting under the stage.
I actually found that moment incredibly telling.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we are talking about a performer who has headlined global sporting events, you know? He dominated the Billboard charts.
Right, he's a total seasoned pro.
Exactly. So for him to admit to essentially experiencing stage fright because he missed the fans so much over the last year and a half, it strips away that highly polished idol veneer.
It really makes him so human.
It showed this raw vulnerability that the hiatus seems to have drawn out of all of them. Everything feels new to them again, which completely resets their baseline for performance.
And the reset just kept happening.
It didn't stop.
During the encore, the opening notes of Spring Day echo through the stadium, and Jin walks out, the oldest member.
The visuals were insane.
The crowd absolutely lost it. But here is the critical musical moment for me. J-Hope, Jungkook, and Jin, the three of them together, performing their subunit track, Jamais Vu.
Oh, that broke me.
Right, because they haven't performed that track live in 5 years. And narratively, Jamais Vu is a song entirely about feeling like you are experiencing something familiar for the very first time.
Which is the perfect thematic anchor for this entire reunion.
So perfect.
The lyrical choice there is incredibly deliberate. And Jin also delivered a live rendition of Don't Say You Love Me from his upcoming mini-album, Echo.
Such a good track.
So good. And it completely cemented the fact that these members haven't just been waiting around. They have been actively leveling up their individual vocal colors.
Yeah, they've been working.
But the performance wasn't even the climax.
Not even close. So the camera suddenly cut away from the stage, right? And they pan up to the VIP section.
I literally threw my phone.
And there they are. RM Jimin. V Suga. All of them.
OT7.
And Suga was still a week away from his official June 21st discharge, but he was there. The stadium just evolved to a unified, deafening chant of their name.
BTS. BTS.
Exactly. All 7 members finally in the same building, and watching J-Hope command that massive stage, only to immediately fold back into the dynamic of the 7. It made me rethink how we view group hiatuses altogether.
How so?
Well, you watch a solo superhero movie, and the hero proves they can take down the villain all by themselves. They have the firepower, but they get exhausted doing it alone. When they assemble the Avengers later, it isn't because they are weak or incapable. It's because Captain America covers Iron Man's tactical blind spots, and Thor brings the artillery.
Oh, I love that analogy.
J-Hope just proved he has the artillery, but I think he realized he still wants the tactical cover of the other 6.
I see it slightly differently, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just about covering blind spots anymore. It's about a completely new power dynamic.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, the industry assumption was always that once a K-pop group achieves this level of solo stadium touring success, the group identity becomes secondary, like a side project.
Right, because they don't need the group to make money anymore.
Exactly. But their solo success hasn't fractured their foundation. It has created this synergy of reinvention.
Synergy of reinvention, I like that.
Right. They aren't returning to the group because they have a contractual obligation to maintain the brand. They are returning because they have these newly forged weapons from their solo eras that they want to plug into the collective mainframe.
Which fundamentally changes the output. It's not a reunion. It's a system upgrade.
Precisely. It is the definitive launch of BTS 2.0.
And that's not even the wildest part of this comeback. Wait until you hear the shocking, emotional confession J-Hope just made to Rolling Stone about the crushing psychological weight of his own stage name.
It is a conversation that is going to force the entire K-pop industry to look in the mirror. It's heavy.
So heavy.
Woo.
And hey, if you love staying updated on your biases and getting the real analysis behind the headlines, make sure you're subscribed to StarScope K-Report. We've got even bigger KT soups ahead.
Yes, please subscribe. So understanding that they are returning with this upgraded solo forged strength requires us to look at how they've evolved psychologically.
Right.
You can't pause a global phenomenon for 2 years, send the members into the military, and expect them to boot back up exactly the same.
Obviously not.
And J-Hope's incredibly raw cover story for Rolling Stone provides the exact blueprint for this evolution.
The interview is a fascinating read, because he directly addresses that Avenger-style synergy we were just talking about.
He does.
He explicitly states that his time performing as a solo artist deeply reinforced, quote, why there were 7 of us. He realized that the other members perfectly fill in the exact gaps he felt in his own solo expression.
Which is so humble of him to admit.
Very humble. But the core of the article is really about his identity. Jung Ho-seok versus J-Hope.
Oh, this part was so intense.
For his entire career, he has been assigned the role of the group's sunshine. But he confessed that taking on the mantle of Hope became this massive, almost suffocating responsibility.
Yeah.
He said the name literally rewired his mindset. Like he had to force himself to search for hope everywhere, constantly, just so he could distribute it to the fans.
The psychological toll of that is just immense.
No, I can't even fathom it.
In K-pop, the persona assigned at debut often becomes an unyielding cage.
Right.
If your concept is the mysterious one or the happy virus, straying from that can trigger massive backlash from netizens.
Okay, Nets, do not hold back.
No, they don't. J-Hope essentially admitted to masking his natural human baseline for a decade just to fulfill the contractual promise of his stage name.
I think we have to call it what it is. Toxic positivity.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
The K-pop machine demands absolute perfection. and a constant beaming smile, regardless of the idol's internal state. Isn't it a massive psychological burden to be the literal embodiment of hope for millions of people?
It has to be exhausting.
When I look at his recent solo music, it is aggressive. It is dark. It feels like a violent rebellion against that forced positivity.
Let's pull back the curtain on that assumption, though.
Okay, lay it on me.
I don't think it's a rebellion against positivity. I think it is a mature redefinition of the word itself.
Interesting.
If you look at the lyrics from his track Arson, where he is constantly grappling with whether to burn or put out the fire, he is heavily exploring burnout and anger.
Right, the lyrics are so visceral.
But in the interview, he points back to the Greek myth of Pandora's box. We all know hope was the only thing left in the box. But we forget what it was trapped in there with.
Oh, wow. All the evils?
Every evil, disease, and misery in the world. True hope isn't blinding, toxic positivity. It isn't ignoring the darkness. True hope has to sit in the box alongside the evil and survive it.
That is so deep.
He is dedicating his new artistic direction to facing negative emotions head on. He is telling the fandom, you know, I am still your hope, but now I am the kind of hope that fights back.
That is a brilliant distillation of where their music is heading. And it heavily informs the new group dynamic, because he also casually dropped a massive revelation in that Rolling Stone piece.
The U.S. trip.
Yes, all 7 members recently flew to the United States. In secret.
I still don't know how they pulled that off.
I have no idea. No media, no huge entourage of cameras. They just went to recording sessions, soaked in the culture, and recorded new music as a unit.
Which is the exact opposite of how K-pop albums are traditionally produced.
Usually it's so strict, right?
Usually it is a highly regimented camp system with rigorous schedules. The image of all 7 of them, after the grueling isolation of their military service, just hanging out in a studio, organically feeling out the vibes, it shows a structural shift in how they intend to operate.
Yeah, it's totally different.
They are taking back control of the creative timeline.
And J-Hope explicitly confirmed this. He said they don't have grand goals anymore.
Which is wild to hear from them.
Think about that. The first 10 years of their career were defined by this relentless, exhausting climb, win the music show, top the Billboard charts, get the Grammy nomination.
It was never enough.
Now, he says they just want to stay in the moment, have fun, and nurture their relationship with the music.
In an industry built entirely on perpetual record-breaking and outperforming your last comeback, stating that you have no grand goals is incredibly subversive.
It's like the ultimate flex.
It is a flex of ultimate security. They don't need to chase the crown anymore because they permanently own it.
But, you know, don't let that relaxed, in-the-moment mindset fool you.
Oh, no.
Later in this deep dive, we're going to break down the sheer terrifying logistics of their upcoming 79-date stadium tour, and exactly why surviving the ticket queue is going to require military-grade strategy.
If you thought the ticketing bloodbaths of 2019 were bad, the sheer economics of what is about to happen will blow your mind.
The juxtaposition is wild.
Yeah.
They found this relaxed, organic mindset in the U.S. studios, and they are immediately using it as fuel to undertake the most grueling, massive live project of their entire careers.
79 dates?
The statistics provided by Goal.com are just staggering. 79 dates, 34 cities, 23 countries.
I mean, how are they going to survive that?
I don't know. We were talking North America, Europe, Latin America, and Asia.
It is a global mobilization on a scale we rarely see in modern touring. But the most crucial detail here isn't just the number of dates, it's the architecture of the show itself.
The stage, yeah.
Yes, they are building a massive, custom, 360-degree stage that will be placed directly in the center of the stadium floors.
And we really need to explain why that is such a massive technical and physical undertaking.
Please do.
So a traditional stage has a backline. You perform forward. If you need to catch your breath, you turn around, walk to the back, grab water, and the backup dancers cover the fun.
Exactly, you get a break.
Right. But with a 360-degree stage, there is nowhere to hide. Every single angle of your body is exposed to tens of thousands of people for 3 straight hours. They're going from fake love to mic drop to dynamite to butter, and everyone can see everything.
It completely changes the choreography. Formations that relied on a flat, front-facing plane have to be entirely reimagined so that no section of the stadium feels like they are looking at the back of the group.
That sounds like a nightmare for the choreographers.
It is. And acoustically, it is a nightmare for the audio engineers, because the sound bounces off the stadium walls from the center out, which creates massive delay issues for the artists' in-ear monitors.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about the audio delay.
It's incredibly difficult to mix live.
But for the fans, it transforms the entire experience.
It truly does. A hardcore fan knows the feeling of being in the light stick ocean, that synchronized wave of colors washing over the crowd.
Best feeling ever.
But when the stage is in the center, the traditional synchronization changes. You aren't just projecting energy toward a stage at the end of a field. The artists are standing directly inside a pulsing, surrounding vortex of the fandom's colors.
The vortex.
The fan chants will echo from 360 degrees inwards. It is going to be incredibly immersive.
Assuming you can actually get into the building, that is.
Good luck with that.
Let's talk about the ticketing bloodbath. The pre-sales vanished in literal minutes.
It is a fascinating study in supply, demand, and sheer panic. Millions of fans logging into the ticketing platform at the exact same millisecond. The servers are just buckling under the weight of the traffic.
The little walking man.
Yes, you are staring at that little digital walking man in the queue, knowing that every pixel he moves forward, thousands of dollars of inventory are disappearing.
Getting tickets is straight out of the Hunger Games.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Seriously. The queue randomly assigns you a place in line, so your years of loyalty mean absolutely nothing against the algorithm.
Yeah.
And if you didn't survive that initial pre-sale, you are thrown to the wolves of the secondary market.
The resellers are brutal.
We pulled the current StubHub data, and the margins are insane. Upper bowl seats, the ones literally touching the roof of the stadium, they're running between $95 and $130.
That's just to get in the door.
Exactly. Lower bowl seats are sitting between $180 and $350. But if you want floor access near that 360-degree stage or the VIP soundcheck packages, you are looking at $450 to well over $1,200.
The dynamic pricing model and scalper bots have completely warped the live music economy. But here's the reality of the K-pop fandom.
People will pay it.
People will absolutely pay it. A concert of this magnitude isn't just a music event, it is a cultural pilgrimage. Fans will be outside these stadiums 12 hours before doors open,
Handing out freebies, trading photo cards.
organizing random play dances in the parking lot. The ticket price is really just the entry fee to a temporary city built entirely around their shared passion.
Which brings me to a structural question about the tour's intent. 79 dates. A highly complex 360-degree stage. Is this tour basically a giant global apology tour to the fans for making them wait through a multi-year hiatus? Or is this something more calculated?
If we look at the broader industry context, it is definitely not an apology.
Not at all.
No, it is an absolute, undeniable assertion of dominance. Think about the K-pop landscape right now. We are firmly in the 5th generation of idol groups. Dozens of highly polished, incredibly talented new groups debut every single year.
The market is so saturated.
It is entirely saturated, and the average lifespan of relevance is shrinking. While they were completing their service, the industry kept moving at breakneck speed.
It didn't wait for them.
Right. So by launching a 79-date stadium tour with the center stage, they are stepping back into the arena and reminding every agency, every new group, and every chart metric exactly who built the modern infrastructure of global K-pop.
A victory lap.
It's a victory lap that doubles as a warning shot.
Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update as this historic tour unfolds.
We are going to be tracking all the logistics, the set list changes, and exactly how that 360-degree stage holds up under the pressure of a massive global run.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the dawn of BTS 2.0, I really want to leave you with a thought to mull over, especially considering the sheer scale of what they're about to attempt.
It's a big question.
We've explored how the group now operates without the pressure of grand, world-conquering goals. We've dissected how J-Hope is diving into complex, darker, and more aggressive emotions to redefine what true hope actually looks like when facing negativity.
Right, they are evolving.
But if they're no longer writing music just to break radio records and appease the algorithm, what happens if their new, mature sound alienates the massive mainstream pop audience?
That's the million-dollar question.
The casual listeners who just want another bright, catchy, easily digestible English track like Dynamite or Butter? If BTS 2.0 delivers an intensely personal, darker, and structurally experimental album, will the global public embrace it?
Or is the Western music industry only interested in the highly polished, frictionless version of K-pop they've grown accustomed to?
Exactly.
That is the ultimate test of their legacy. They built the X-ray machine of modern K-pop success, creating the formula that everyone else is currently copying. But now, they're stepping into muddy, uncharted waters to see if the world will follow them into the dark.
You've been listening to StarScope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the story shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.